So, Camural got his thread closed by no other than Knight Rider. This is becoming a joke. You cannot even comment in a discussion board. Let's check this out.
Hello everyone. A few days ago I got a notification on Spectrum. Moderator has closed your thread. Atmospheric room system 4 years later. For the following reason. Closed. And here we have Knight Rider CIG. Hey folks, as this conversation dates back quite a while, we are concluding it here. A new thread is always a great way to bring fresh thoughts to the table. And here's my thread. I started this September 2020. Atmospheric room system 4 years later. In this thread I was talking about the atmospheric room system that CIG showed us in a video 2016, and it was still not in a game 5 years ago, and it is still not in a game now. Yeah. Even now, in 2025, Chris still wants an atmospheric room system.
They just can't take actual discussion. You cannot discuss about the game in the discussion board of the fucking game. It's insane.
But Chris doesn't even make sure that ships are built with an atmospheric room system in mind. Not even new ships. With a very few exceptions, for example, Corsair is built well for an atmospheric room system. But in most ships you would have to depressurize a huge part of a ship just for one person to go into EVA or come back from space. In ships like High Sea, there's not even a door, an airlock between elevator and ship. The reason for this video is not about CIG closed my thread. Spectrum is their turf, they can do whatever they want, and I don't mind. This was an old thread, September 2020. There were not exactly many new comments. The reason for this video is that Chris replied twice. This is not about, hey, I'm so important, Chris replied to me twice. No, I am not important. I have a very small YouTube channel. It's about what Chris wrote. Keep in mind, this was September 2020, more than 5 years ago. The room system has been in the game for quite a while and fully works, including equalization of gases, atmosphere between room volumes, including dissipation into the global room, aka open space.
He said it's already in the game. Oh fuck.
Vacuum. Well, right now, more than 5 years later, you can still be in space without a helmet, open the ramp of your ship, and you are totally fine inside your ship. I would like to point out that Cutlass Black doesn't have an air shield. So I'm not so sure if what Chris wrote is accurate.
No, it's not.
Maybe it's in a game, kinda, half-baked. But again, if you want this, Chris, why don't you take care that ships are built with an atmospheric room system in mind? At least newer ships. By the way, link to this thread is in my first pinned comment below. Now comes...
Look at the wall of bullshit. A ballistic round passed through the ship's shields, which... He's fucking lying that he has nothing, none of these things. The desperation manages to reroute power away from the destroyed node through a secondary node, restoring power to enough of the bulkhead doors, allowing him to contain the fire. Noticing that there is an external airlock in the sealed off area, he opens an airlock, venting the oxygen in the seal. Oh fucking, he's just ranting about wishful thinking mechanics that don't exist in the game. And just fucking 4 years later he has nothing. What I describe would be possible once we have finished and deployed the systems. Alright buddy, okay.
The fun part. Remember, this is what Chris wrote more than 5 years ago. And sorry, this is a lot of text. I'm using text-to-speech now for Chris' part.
A ballistic round passes through the ship's shield, which scrubs off some of its kinetic energy, but not enough, as the round's velocity was high as was its mass, as it was an arbiters, as they are busily
Tanks are often stationary in War Thunder, especially when firing. However, even War Thunder struggles with hit registration when players are using fast. In 2025 we got the first iteration of server meshing, but it didn't fix the problems with interaction delays and
server meshing does nothing.
We still have massive interaction delays and do things of players and NPCs moving at player and NPC players on one server shard, and with a very high volume. We are working on it. We know how frustrating it feels. We have this already in game, but tag X is missing. Chris continuing describing in detail how the system is supposed to work. One fine day. I don't even want that much detail in the damage model. Yeah, Again, I apologize for using the word amateurish, this wasn't very. We still don't have tracing every bullet in the shown early versions of some of this, like Fire on Inside Star Citizen. I can't promise you exactly what quarter will come together, but once the new roadmap web work is done, you will be able to see the team's progress to achieving what I described. What we have left is a release view for the very next patch and a progress tracker that does not track progress at all. Only thing we can see in the progress tracker is someone was supposed to work on something for a certain amount.
And didn't actually do it.
Maybe we have time for it. Maybe not. Yeah, and you cannot see how far along a project is. I don't know what I should make of this. I still don't think Star Assassin is a scam, but it's surely managed very poorly by people.
It is scammy, dude. It is scammy in nature. I like Camural. He's often very, he speaks up about the things that are to be criticized. I try to do the same thing. But I don't know. It is scammy. At the very least, if it's not a scam, it is scammy in nature in terms of being completely disingenuous, completely dishonest about what the game is, where it's going, and what you can expect from this. It's just a tech demo. It is an online service, a mechanic for you to fly. The ship that you bought of the ship of the month. The ship that is OP in its first couple weeks of having been sold. It's just that, and there's really very little else. Nothing indicates that there's any desire to complete this game, finish this game at all. Money is done other ways, not by actually selling the video game. Folks, see you next time. Take care.